Hi everyone, it's this week's episode of Ask Grad. And just like we have started doing, we are going to start with our weekly angel messages for the week of September 25th through October 1st. Now, there is one little thing that's a little different than that, and that is this week we're going to be getting our messages from the fairies. So it's actually a fairy message for the week of September 25th through October 1st, because we're going to be using fairy tarot cards. So let's go ahead and get that going. So here we go. See what we get. Hi everyone, come on in. Come on into the fairy messages room. 2 and the 1. All right, let's see what we have here. All right, so it's looking to me like okay, it looks like a week of accomplishment. It looks like a week where we get a bunch of stuff done. So the first card for, and this is for Monday, Tuesday of the week of, again, September 25th through October 1st, is, the first card is Ace of Spring, Ace of Spring. And sorry about my voice, guys. I'm a little under the weather. I think I'm fighting something, so sorry about that. So this is Ace of Spring, Ace of Spring. So this is a card of new opportunities, new ideas, having the chance to create something or do something new. You see we've got this beautiful little girl, and she's standing with a hawthorn, and she's creating all kinds of fairy magic, all kinds of fairy magic swirling all around her. And so this represents that perhaps on Monday and Tuesday, one of the things that's going to happen is that you'll either get some new ideas, or some ideas that you've had for a while will have the opportunity to start to that you'll get to begin it. You'll get to get going on it. Conflicts or obstructions to you getting things done will just sort of flitter away. And you'll have the opportunity to create the magic that you've been wanting to create for some time. Or like I said, it could be that just something new occurs to you, something really amazing occurs to you, that you're like, okay, here we go. Now for Wednesday, Thursday, we've got Queen of Spring. Now this is part of the reason why I started this by saying that I feel like it's a week of accomplishment, a week of accomplishment. And so because of Queen of Spring, she can do anything, all right? She can do anything under the sun. Now, if you know what song that came from, you get extra bonus points. So, but anyway, so she's really, really talented, really able to do just about anything. And she's so likable. She's so... people just love her so much that they really want to help her. And so what does that say? That says that you may have a lot of people who are willing to help you with the Ace of Spring opportunities, or the desires, or what you're wanting to create. You may have a lot of people who are willing to help you, and let them, right? I mean, come on, just let them. Not that you necessarily need their help, because again, this is a card where people really can get things done. Now, another thing about this card is that it's very important for you to believe in yourself, okay? This is just typical law of attraction kind of stuff. Law of attraction stuff. So it's important that you do believe in yourself so that you can get things done. So like I said, this is a week where we're seeing a lot of accomplishment. Now, the last card, and this is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is Six of Winter. Six of Winter. And Six of Winter is this card where challenges fade away, difficulties fade away. It is also a card of completion. So it could very well relate to these two cards, that whatever you started this week, you get a lot accomplished, and you even finish it. You even get it completed. But this card can also just be its card could also be unrelated to these two and actually be a situation where while you the first of the week, Monday through Thursday, you're getting a lot done. On the weekend, some things that were challenging you or feeling like they were bugging you and you really just wanted them to be over, they'll be over. And so that I think is very important for people to know that some of the challenges will be over. So I'm kind of holding for this card a prayer, a desire, a law of attraction kind of request. Because what do we have here? This card this is very traditional symbolism, because what we have here, we have a person in a boat. And this kind of feels to me a little bit like we could all sort of say a prayer that all of these hurricanes and this flooding and all of this difficult weather and all of this very difficult things that people have been going through, that this will reside, they'll subside, it'll go away. And so maybe we're done with hurricanes, wouldn't that be nice? Be done with natural disasters, wouldn't that be nice? Like, geez, come on. So let's just all sort of join in together on a little prayer that is also part of what this card is about, is that maybe now Mother Nature can calm down a little bit. I don't know about across the nation. I didn't do a weather check or anything like that because I didn't know, what we were going to have here. But I know that where I live, we've had a huge cool down. The weather, I mean, it's dropped 30 degrees in 24 hours as the high. So we went from 85 to 53. Maybe some of that cool weather will also prevail in the Atlantic Ocean and kind of cool down the ocean and therefore not have so much juju to fuel hurricanes. So if you're just tuning in, you're watching Ask Rad, and we are just finishing up the fairy messages this week because we did the readings with fairy tarot cards. And we did our reading for the week of September 25th through October 1st. If you missed it, no problems. Just at the end of the video, you can go back and just watch the first 8 minutes and get your angel messages for the week. All right. So if you've also not been watching Ask Rad for a while, then you may not know that we've had a couple of formatting changes to make things work a little smoother. One of which is being that we're doing the weekly messages with the cards, but also we're no longer taking readings from a Facebook post because it was just too confusing and too complicated. So right now we're only taking readings from the live feeds on Facebook, hi Facebook, and Instagram, hi Instagram. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's see. So Sandy says, oh, hi Rad, I'm always seeing you do readings for others. Can I be the lucky one today, please? Thank you. I have an interview coming up. Any messages from the angels, yes or no for that job? What are my angels' names? So Sandy, interview, and angel names. And so let's see. Oh, go away. All right. Oh, no, don't do that. Go back. Come on. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're fixed. So for angel names for Sandy, I get Alexa, and Aiden. So it's Alexa and Aiden, and Aiden is A-Y-D-E-N. A-Y-D-E-N, Alexa and Aiden. So let's take a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Animal Tarot cards, which by the way have started to ship. So if you order them from Barnes & Noble, a lot of people already have these. They will start to ship from Amazon on October. Well, I think they're actually shipping them so that people get them on October 3rd. That's the last thing I heard, but it's hard to say. So So we'll do this with Animal Tarot cards, Alexa and Aiden. All right. So this interview, okay. Yeah, it looks real good. It looks real good, Sandy. The first card is the Hermit and Firefly. It's a very magical card. You see, we've got fireflies running all around, and and so one of the things that I think for this particular card for Sandy in this situation is that make sure you shine your light. Okay, shine your light when you do the interview. But this Hermit card, I think in a way is sort of saying that maybe Sandy has been looking for a particular, either has been looking for a job for a while or has been looking for a change for a while. And so, but the next card is King of Spring. King of Spring. Now, this is nice, Sandy, because this is a great person to work for. All right, this is a great person to work for. Hi, Sherry. I'm putting the card next to my head. So this is a great person to work for. So I think that you'll really like the company or like the person, that will feel really, really good to you. And hey, you know, the last card is the Chariot, Arabian Horse. This is a card where it's a card of success. It's getting what we want. Now, one of the things though about this card is that this is success that comes from hard work. It isn't success that really just sort of falls from the sky. Oh, hi, Sophia. So what this card means is that this job will be a challenge for you, but in a positive way. There's obviously some things that will be new to you, new things to learn, and there'll be it'll be necessary for you to balance a bunch of different energies to pull them together. So there you go. All right, so yeah, it looks really good for you, Sandy, so good luck with that. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to Facebook. So who was that? That was Patty saying, Radley, can I have a reading about my love life? Is there a romantic partner in my future? Patty. That was Patty. Okay. All right, Patty. So I think I'm going to go to, I feel like I want to go to Angel Tarot cards for Patty's question. And let's see what we get. All right. All right, here we go. So this is really interesting. So the last reading that we did just a minute ago for Sandy, where the reading ended with the Chariot, this reading is starting with the Chariot. Now, what does it say? Well, it says to me that Patty has had some pretty challenging relationships. So where it's just been tough. Now, what did I say before? This is success that comes from hard work, but also a need to balance and keep control of, in this particular case, I'm going to say opposing energies, opposing forces. So this having to really work really hard on a relationship because the two energies either are not easily compatible, not compatible at all maybe, but sort of at odds with one another, loggerheads. Yeah. And so that sort of tells me a lot about the kind of relationships that you've had in the past. And because this card is sitting in the past, that's a good sign, right? It's not sitting in the future or present. But one of the things that I think that sort of says is that Patty's really done with that. She's really tired of that. She doesn't want to have to fight constantly for to have a relationship that works good, and things do sort of look good for that. I mean, because the next card is the Ace of Fire. Now, the Ace of Fire, this is the equivalent of the Ace of Spring that we were talking about in our weekly reading that we started Ask Rad with. This is the same energy, same card, and so it's a card where a wonderful opportunity comes to us, Patty. It's a wonderful opportunity. And what do we have here? We've got this strong energy, but also, what is that? That's a genie, right? It's a genie. And so I think, there's a sort of a sense of finally a wish comes true, finding someone that actually is interested in pleasing you instead of you having to do all of the heavy lifting in the relationship. So that looks good. And then finally, we have Nine of Earth. And Nine of Earth is a card where we can relax. We can relax. That Ace of Fire looks like you. No comment. Anyway, so Nine of Earth. And so this is a card that says where we can relax. We can finally enjoy life. We can finally... Get it? Yeah. So yeah, it looks really good. All right, so I'm glad for that. You know what? That's a funny thing about, reading cards. It's like it could have said something else. So hate delivering bad news. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so Mary Robin says, "Can you tell me about my love life?" Mary Robin. All right, Mary Robin. So is that our theme today, people, or is this all about romance today? All right, let's see. Where do we want to go? Do I want to go there? No, I want to go. I'm going to go to Archangel Power Tarot cards. I'm really in love with these days. I mean, it's like I love all of my children equally. But I just really like having a new love affair with Archangel Power Tarot cards. I don't know. All right, so, okay, let's see. Here we go. So Mary Robin didn't tell me really very much about what her question was. And so one of the things that I always tell people is that asking a detailed question always works best. It's how you get a detailed answer. Ask a detailed question, get a detailed answer. But if for those of you who are taking my Certified Angel Tarot Reader course or Certified Angel Card Reader course, one of the things that you will learn is that there is a way to do a reading even though you don't necessarily have all the information that you might want to have. So this is a teaching moment. So here we go. Okay. Oh, now that's a specific question. So we'll do the teaching part another time. So what Mary Robbins said was she has a relationship with someone, but his ex wants him back, and he's very confused. All right, that's a very specific question. Let's see what we get. Well, the first card is Nine of Ariel. So Nine of Ariel is a wish comes true card. We got a lot of wish coming true kind of energies, but unfortunately this is sitting in the past. So for Mary Robin, this relationship sort of seemed to her a little bit like, oh, fine, this looks like a wish comes true. This looks really great. I'm really excited about this. I'm feeling pretty positive about it. But the next card is Knight of Michael. And Knight of Michael is I'm always saying about this particular card, no matter what it's called amongst all of the different decks that I've created, Knight of Michael is a card that really does talk about very speedy energy, very speedy energy. So this was very speedy. This was a surprise to Mary Robin, a surprise to her guy, a surprise to everybody, and it just changed things like that. Very, very speedy energy, very, very speedy energy. Now, the last card that we have is the Empress. And so I've got to think about this a minute because this is an unusual card. Because, well, let's just talk it through. This is teachable moment. Okay, so let's talk it through. So what is the Empress? The Empress is creativity. She is action. She is getting things done. She is when the unknown becomes known. The unknown from High Priestess becomes more known because of the Empress. So I'm going to just take a look at the card and see where my eyes... oh, I get it. Okay, so now see, teachable moment. All right, so the traditional symbolism, the traditional meaning of this particular card really wasn't resonating for me for the thing. But what do we have? We have Archangel Gabriel with her arms open wide. Her arms open wide. And so to me, this feels to me like Mary Robin basically standing there with her arms open wide to have her bow back. So I think that the confusion is going to dissipate rather quickly. Either the ex is going to go, you know what, never mind, I don't want him back. Or he's going to figure out, I don't want to go back to this. But it'll happen pretty quickly, and you'll be there to have him back with open arms. So I think it's going to be okay. But you're just going to have to... I don't think you have to be patient for very long because, like I said, we have that Knight of Michael, and it's pretty speedy energy. Pretty speedy. All right. Let's see. Hi, Lisa. My friend Lisa Weiss just popped into the room. Hi, sweetheart. Lisa is a ton of fun, and she's actually one of my Disney buddies. She knows more about Disney than just about anybody I've ever met in my entire life, and she's an expert. And we used to do these shows on my radio show where Lisa and I would talk every Halloween. We would talk about all of the ghost stories, because she's also a paranormal investigator, and we'd talk about all the ghost stories about Disney, and it was a lot of fun. Maybe we need to do that again. All right, anyway, so let's go back to what we were doing. Hi. All right, so let's see. Riley, I'm excited. Anna says, I am excited to spend another Sunday with you. Would you be so kind as to provide, go. Would you be so provide a reading regarding the women's circle I host? Okay, let me read that again. Anna, hi Riley, I'm excited to get to spend another Sunday with you. Would you be so kind as to provide a reading regarding the women's circle that I host? Okay. All right, so let's see. Anna. So sorry. Like I said, I'm fighting something. All right, but I'm not getting sick. I am not getting sick. I'm actually going on vacation. I am not getting sick. All right. So this feels like, I don't know why, but I want to go to Guardian Angel Tarot cards to find out, see what we get about the women's circle that Anna is hosting these days. No. Hold on, let me finish funding. Someone just asked if I'm going on vacation to Maui. You know what? It's like, I know why you would ask that. Actually, to be honest, I'm not a Hawaii person. I'm not. I'm not. It's like I go there out of love and I go there to work, but it's not my thing. I get island fever or whatever you call that, where it's like, where I'm like going, oh my God, this is all there is? Really? This is it? It's like, yeah, no. Okay, so back to Anna. Well, the first card is three of action. So I'm wondering, because this is a card about a long-term vision, but it's also a card where we've had some success and it's time to stop and sort of reevaluate it. It makes me wonder if there's been a little bit of a challenge in the women's group that you're hosting, and maybe it started out really great, but now you're reevaluating it. Maybe you're thinking, well, maybe it needs to have some changes made to it. Maybe it needs, maybe it's not as much fun as it was. And the next card is the spiritual teacher. Now, in traditional tarot, this card is the Hermit. The spiritual teacher. So I think that there's a couple of things here going on. Maybe because Anna is the host, she feels like the mentor for the group, the teacher for the group. But also maybe she sometimes feels like a little alone in that, or a little challenged in that. But, you know, the thing about it is I would keep going. I mean, I don't know if you're questioning whether to keep going or not, but look, I mean, the next card's Eight of Action. Now, Eight of Action is too much to do. It's a lot of stuff to kind of balance out, but it's, I learned a new word this week. It's not stress, it's eustress. eustress, eustress. And a psychologist friend of mine taught me that word, and it is that word means stress from lots of good stuff happening, lots of stress from lots of good stuff. So because it's lots of good stuff, I wouldn't I would go with whatever your vision is for this group and just keep going. All right, so there we go. All right, so now okay, so Carrie is asking about advice on her business, on the direction of her business. So that makes me want to go to Fairy Tarot cards. And let's see. Carrie. And this is Carrie on Instagram. I should say that, right? Yay. Yay, Carrie, yay. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Well, the first card is Ace of Winter. Ace of Winter. Now, Ace of Winter is a bumpy start. So Carrie's probably been having some challenges with her business. Now, Ace of Winter is not a quit, because it's not a quit card. It is just, you know, wade your way through the challenges. Consider the challenges to be messages from the universe that are about adjustments to your plan that you need to make. Now, this is not a card that says, oh, Carrie, you're not supposed to be a baker, you're supposed to be a doctor. That would be a wildly different a change in career. This is not the message of this card. It just means that in your desire to be a baker, that you need to make some adjustments to the way you are going about it. Now, those adjustments, I'm happy to tell you, Carrie, look good, all right? If you can make those adjustments, you run into Six of Spring, which Six of Spring is a very, very successful card, all right? It's wonderful news and wonderful things. And so what I would suggest, and so last card's King of Summer, King of Summer. So this tells me the King of Summer makes very wise decisions based on the heart, not the mind. If this had been King of Winter, I would have said, make an intellectual decision. But follow your heart, all right? Make changes that follow your heart. And that should get you where you want to go, all right? So I think that things are going to get a lot better relatively quickly. Because Six of Spring in the present, that means pretty quickly. So follow your heart, girlfriend. Go. This is not a big change. Just follow the small changes that you are being led by your heart, that you know that you're supposed to be making. All right. All right. So let's see. Back to Facebook. So Kevin wants to know, will things get better if we relocate? Will things get better if we relocate? So Kevin, if you want to throw up a thing, when you say will they get better, do you mean will they get better from a standpoint of your career, or do you mean will things get better in the relationship if you're someplace else? Because it feels almost to me like it's the latter, that it's like, will relocating help the relationship? But maybe you're asking, will relocating make things better for you on a career standpoint? But so if you want to pop a response about that up there, that would be super cool. Let's see if. Career, health, and fitting in with others. Thanks, Kevin. That's very helpful. All right, so what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go back to Archangel Power Tarot cards. let's see. Yeah. It would definitely get better. I mean, so the first card we have is Queen of Gabriel. So you can do anything, and so with this particular card, see, one of the things you asked is would we be able to fit in better with others? And at the bottom of this card it says the ability to attract helpful people and go after what you want, and that's part of what you're saying that you want. And then the next card is the Empress. The Empress. Now, what did I say about the Empress just earlier? I mean, it wound up meaning something different for Mary Robin, I think. But for you, this is take action, right? What did I say earlier? I said that the High Priestess is the card that comes before this, and this is the High Priestess. If this was the High Priestess, I would say, wait, don't do anything. But the Empress is take action, get going, make it happen. Now, the last card is Nine of Gabriel. Nine of Gabriel. Now, this card has a couple of meanings that are pertinent to this. One of them is don't get defeated if getting where you want to go takes some work, okay? So this is a card that really does say stay determined and move forward, all right? So don't let challenges get in your way. Sometimes, you know, it's like I tell people this all the time. It's like sometimes the universe needs a minute to line up the stars, you know, so that it all goes exactly the way you want it to go. And it's not always about us, right? Everything isn't always about us. So maybe the perfect place for you guys to move is not available just yet. And so the universe might want you to get things in motion, get things in gear so that you're looking, so that you're awake to seeing things, but it isn't just yet time but it'll need a minute for things to happen. This card also is about being prepared for any opportunity or any possibility. So, Kevin, it is possible that where you think you want to relocate, something better will open up. So just keep an open mind as well. I remember that when my ex and I moved to where I live now, it took us it took us quite a long time to make it to happen. But when it happened, it was like kismet. It was perfect. It was absolutely exactly the way it needed to happen. And if we had given up and tried to move someplace else, or if we had given up on moving at all, or not started trying, all of that wouldn't have happened. So yeah, pack. All right. Okay, back to so Ms. Auditor. Hi, Rad. I believe, I would love a message, please. I feel like my career is stuck. Ms. Auditor. Ms. Auditor. Ms. Auditor. All right. Okay. Feels like her career is stuck. Back to Animal Tarot cards. All right, back to Animal Tarot cards. If you're just tuning in, this is Ask Rad. We did our angel messages for the week of September 25th through October 1st at the first 8 minutes of this video. So at the end of the video, if you'd like to know what's coming up for the week, it looks pretty darn good, then you can watch the video at the beginning. This video will be posted on my Facebook page as well as posted on YouTube. You just got to give me a little time to get it uploaded, and also it will be posted for 24 hours on Instagram, because unless something has changed, that's as long as Instagram will let me post a video. So you have lots of opportunities or places where you can watch the video and get the messages for what the week of September 25th through October 1st is going to be bringing to all of us. Animal Tarot cards. This is my newest tarot deck, and it is shipping from Barnes & Noble already, and it will start shipping from Amazon in about a week or so. All right, so so let's go to Animal Tarot cards for Ms. Auditor's question. Okay. Feeling like our career is stuck. Well, I don't think it's going to stay stuck very long. But so the first card is Princess of Autumn, Tabby Cat. Tabby Cat. And so this is all of the research and education that Ms. Auditor has done and for her career. So she's done a lot of reading and studying and all that kind of stuff. Now this card is in the past, and so there's a couple of things that can mean. I think the one that is the most pertinent, the message I'm getting for you is that you know enough now. You can stop studying. So, sometimes we can, this card, this Tabby Cat, she is the perpetual student. All she does is learn. And sometimes that can get in our way. So you don't really need to do any more learning. All right, so the next card for you is Nine of Spring Gazelle. Nine of Spring Gazelle. Now, what about the symbolism for this card? Why did we pick a gazelle? Well, the Nine of Spring is a card that says, to keep going, to keep working, to protect all of the stuff that you have done. But also, this is a card about getting the big view, the big picture of what is going on with your career. The way that gazelles are able to stay away from their predators is that they can jump so high. And so what we have here, we have a gazelle that has jumped up out of the grass so that she can have a good look at what is going on around her to know if there is any dangers or if she needs to make any kind of corrections to her course in order to stay safe. Gazelles are also known for being able to change directions very, very rapidly, And so that's going to be important for you, Ms. Auditor. It's going to be important for you to be able to make changes in a quick way for your career. But also, I think it's just time for you to make some changes. That's really what you need to do. Those changes bring about the world, all right? This is a very successful card, Shetland Sheepdog. No, I don't know who that dog looks like. I don't know. Actually, I always put a Sheltie. Doreen always used to put unicorns in her cards. I always put a Sheltie in my cards. This is Princess Riley Grace of Pitter Patadonia, who is laying on the floor over there. So this is her card. It was her turn to get a debut in my decks. But this is a very successful card, Mrs. Auditor. Very successful card. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. All right. So where did I put them? Okay. All right, so back to Facebook. Yay, Sheltie. Yes, exactly. Oh, someone asked me on Instagram, will there be autographed copies of my book? I'm sure there probably will be. The way that happens, for those of you who like to have the inside information on how things happen at Hay House, is that the way that autographed books usually happen, or autographed decks, is that the next time that I happen to be in San Diego for any reason, Hay House will have me out, and they'll have a conference room with books stacked to God and back. And I will sit there and sign until my hand hurts. And so I don't know when I'm going to be in San Diego next. It'll probably be spring or summer when I'm there the next time. And so, but coming out of the gate, there won't be autographed copies of How to Be Your Own Genie just yet. Oh my God, come to Toronto. All right, so let's have that conversation really quick. So, where am I going to be? So far what I know is that I'm going to be in Philadelphia at the Edgar Cayce Foundation. I'm going to be in London for Angel World Summit. I'm going to be in Australia twice over the next year because I'm going to be helping to teach Angel Intuitive this December in Sydney, and then I will be in Melbourne in the fall of 2018. I'm going to be in Hamburg for Angle Congress. And the other places that are definitely on my focus right now is because I did this little thing called Where in the World Should Radley Go? And you guys were great to give me thousands of requests, and so that's sweet, thank you. Can't quite do all of them, but definitely California, definitely Canada, Florida. These are the places that overwhelmingly asked. Yes, they will be on the tour dates will be on my website just as soon as we have them finalized. Let's see where else. I'm looking at upstate New York. Let's see where else. That's maybe Phoenix. I have a reason to be in Phoenix, so I'm going to try to put a gig together there. So this is just some of the places. So, Ireland. I'm going to be in Dublin. So, all right, there you go. There's Radley's travel so far. Houston is a possibility for sure. Houston or Austin are definitely possibilities. I have a reason to be in Houston. So, all right. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's get back to the reading part. So I think Shelties of Australia. Okay. All right, let's see. So where did that go? Wait. So Raven is saying, rad. Will work turmoil be resolved soon? Relationship issues, what do I need to know? Thank you. Raven. Okay. So let's go to Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Wow, okay. I see the turmoil for sure. So the first card, Raven, is Seven of Thought. And Seven of Thought is where we're sort of feeling like someone is taking something from us. Now that they could be taking the credit of something that we have done. It could, in traditional tarot, it literally has the meaning of theft. And so it could be someone taking something from you that has value, but it can also be taking something from you, like your peace, taking your peace away, taking your sanity away, taking your calm away. And so that is kind of the experience that we're feeling. There's some distrust, there's some accusations, all of that kind of stuff going on. So that's not very fun. The next card is Four of Thought. So Four of Thought is a card that talks about a need for rest, a need. This can be the card of I need to take a vacation. This can be a card of meditation, anything that sort of pulls you out of the drama. So I don't know about you, Raven, but definitely in my life, about a couple of years ago, I really started to come to the conclusion that drama queens and kings are just not invited. So sometimes I am aware that sometimes we can't help it. There are people in our life that we can't remove from our life. And I actually talk about this in How to Be Your Own Genie in a chapter called Those Pesky Other Genies. And so this energy, this need to remove drama kings and queens from our lives in any way that we possibly can. Some of you can't, but I feel like this is a card that's asking you to sort of listen to your own divine inner guidance. See this little girl, she's got a shell and she's listening to the message. And so the symbolism for this is that even though this is a card that elementally is the air, but this is a card of emotion as well, because what is a seashell? A seashell is in essence the ocean talking to us. And what is the ocean? The ocean is emotion. So listen to your emotions and withdraw from any of this in any way as you possibly can. Just don't engage. All right? This is something that I'm learning from my publisher. Don't engage with mean people. Just don't. All right, next, 8 of Action. So this is a card that this looks good. I don't think that from the standpoint of where your job is kind of stressful, that's probably not going to go away. But I think this is this is that card I was talking about earlier of eustress, which is stress from positive things. So here we have people who are starting to work together, right? These are people working together to create something interesting and good in a positive way. All right, so back to Instagram. If you're just joining us, welcome to Ask Brad. We are doing readings right now on Instagram and Facebook, so you can post your questions in the live feed. There's a bazillion of them, but I'm just letting the angels pick for me by leading my eye to the ones that I'm supposed to do. Also, we did our weekly reading for September 25th through October 1st in the first 8 minutes of this video. And so once the video is posted on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, if you want to go back to the beginning of it, you can find out what all kinds of energies we are getting for this coming week. All right, let's see. So November wants to know her angel names. And so Gabriel, now, and it's not to be confused with Gabriel, the archangel. Gabriel, and Caleb, K-E-L, no, K, okay, K-A-L-E-B, Caleb and Gabriel. Caleb and Gabriel. Okay, so let's see Facebook again. So Linda wants to know, hi Radley, should my husband continue to pursue a job with the people he's working with? Linda, should he continue to pursue a job? So, you know what I'm going to do? I haven't done this lately, so Angel Answer Oracle cards. This is the Oracle deck that I have created so far, but more to come. I'm such a tease, aren't I? My editor tells me that all the time. She's like, God, you're a tease. You write stuff in your books and then you don't tell people what that means. You're just a tease. So, all right. So then they make me write more. I love my editors. Don't get me wrong. They're the best. I have the best editors in the planet. All right. We have fun together. All right, so should your husband pursue a job with the people he's working with now? Okay. I kind of don't think so. The first card is let go. You know, just let go of it. The next card is listen to your intuition. This makes me wonder if you or your husband are not starting to kind of get the message from your divine guidance that this isn't feeling like it's going to work. Now, what is interesting, this is an interesting card to be the next one because it's romance. So here's what I think. This happens sometimes. Where a card that you would think has to do with romance shows up in a career reading. Sometimes career cards show up in romantic readings. But I think what this is basically sort of saying is that he needs to be someplace where they're just in love with him and vice versa. Where it's the whole job relationship is just a love fest, okay? A total love fest. So now there is an alternative way to read these cards, and let me just tell you what that is so that you can, let's go backwards, if this describes the relationship that he has with these people, that it already is a love fest, he loves them, they love him, blah blah blah, then your intuition is probably saying this must be going to work, which would say to me that from the power of law of attraction, you need to let go and not be so gripping onto this has to work, this has to work, this has to work. Just let it go to the universe. So all of which way these cards get read depends completely on this. Is it a love fest? Then keep going. If it's not a love fest, go find the love fest. All right, let's see. um, Come back. Hi, Rad. My name is Ashley. May I please get... Oh, come back. May I please get one message from my angels? I'm struggling with really hard personal stuff. I hope I got that right, Ashley, because it just wouldn't stick, Ashley. So you have a guardian angel named Leah, Leah. Dearest one, I know that things are challenging now. We are here with you in all ways, through all the struggle. Josiah, that's Josiah, Josiah, another guardian angel of yours, and I are hard at work to help you see signs and to listen to the still voice within that comes from meditation and walks in nature, alone and away from other people. You are very sensitive, and the emotions and thoughts of others you absorb without even knowing that you are doing it. This creates confusion and mild chaos, from which it is difficult for you to pull away from. We are working with Archangel Michael to sever these connections from you and to seal you within his protective blue light. It would be extremely helpful due to the way the universe requires that we work. If you could please ask Archangel Michael to clear these energetic connections and seal the bubble, as we can only do so much without your requesting it. Things will get better. The horizon is in sight. We love you, Leah and Josiah. Okay. All right, so, hi, Polly. Polly is my dear friend who lives in England, and she and I get together once a year to cause chaos and mayhem. So thank you, Marcia. Marcia just said that was amazing, but that's just a message from the angels. And you know, the thing about it is that if that message resonated for you, then I always say this, I like to say this every year, the universe is big and magical and incredible, and messages can be from more than one person. If we say, by acknowledging that, we acknowledge the greatness of the universe and of God, the divine source, whatever name you want to use, and we don't put God in a box, because God doesn't fit well in a box. So let's not put God in a box. All right. So Ashley on Facebook says she just met someone, and it looks, she's very hopeful about it, and she'd like to know if it looks good. So I'm going to go to Angel Tarot cards, and have a look at that for Ashley on Facebook. Let's see what we get. And, okay. Okay, Ashley. Ooh, ooh, oh, yay. Okay. Good. All right. I like that. Okay, so the first card is Five of Fire. Five of Fire. So this is a card of conflict and challenge and all that kind of stuff. So I think that that's the kind of relationships that Ashley has had that she'd probably like to not have anymore. But look what the cards show next. Ace of Water. Meeting somebody new, eyelashes fluttering, and you know, it's like, this is very promising. This is the first hint of falling in love. And what's the next card? Da, 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 da. This is Two of Water. This is truly falling in love. This is where the relationship really starts to get a lot of traction, and it starts to go someplace really wonderful. So now there's another meaning to Two of Water. All right, there's another meaning to this card. And that just basically means don't give up when the challenges happen. All relationships have challenges. And so we could have pulled a card that was kind of like, let it go or give it up or whatever. Two of Water is the one card in tarot that literally has the meaning of don't give up on your relationship. Don't give up on your relationship. So no, yay. And I love it when this happens. I love it when a reading is really specifically spot on to the question. And that was specifically spot on to the question. Okay, so that's about all the time that we have. I need to give you some updates. So as I sort of alluded to earlier, I am going to be going on vacation. So I will be recording an angel messages for the week, but there will not be an Ask Rad Sunday after next. So there'll be one next Sunday, then the next Sunday I won't be here. But there will be a video so that you'll know what to expect for that particular week. I'll make sure that gets updated and put up there for you. So that's that. So for those of you who just happen to be catching us at the end, if you want to know what the week ahead looks like, you can go to, as soon as this is posted on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, you will be able to go back and watch the first 8 minutes of this and find out what is happening, coming up for the week of September 25th through October 1st. So thanks for all the well wishes for my vacation that is coming up. God, we need it. I am so tired. I am really tired. So we need it. We really need it, both of us. So anyway, love you guys so much. Thanks for being here for Ask Rad. Again, go back to the beginning of the video if you want to know what the next week coming up looks like. Love you guys. Always remember, life is magic.